Evening, everybody. Hope you're good. Let me just check everything's set up and working okay. Yeah, all good. Yeah, just jumping on. Finished work for the week. It's Friday. Got a beer here. Ready to do some Champman for the next hour or so. So yeah, if you're in the chat, thanks for joining tonight. And if you're watching on the VOD later on, drop us a message in the chat and yeah, give us some feedback. As I've mentioned in each of these streams so far, pretty new to this. So yeah, any feedback's gratefully received in terms of how we can make this better. Hopefully the levels and stuff are okay. Got some backing music to cover a bit of the Championship Manager thinking time that gets done, and distract you from my terrible chat at the same time. Alright, going to just dive in and get our game loaded up. Where we left off last time, we had gone on a pretty rubbish run. I think we had an away loss at Kaiserslautern. The scoring on this and the way that it's set up kind of confuses me. We actually lost that game, despite the fact it says it's away and it's 0-1. I think your score is always the first one. So lost against Kaiserslautern 1-0, 1-0 win against Köln, hammered against Hanover and Braunschweig, and on the back of those two defeats, the fans have started to turn on us, which is the reason for the title tonight. Can we turn it around? I think some of the fans are wanting me out already. Which, to be fair, if you're getting beaten 4-1 and 3-1, probably isn't the best sign. And we're still in 12th in the league at the minute, which is better than it was going for the majority of last episode or the last stream, because we were skirting around the bottom, just above relegation zone, still there or thereabouts, but in touch. So depending on results, a win could see us up to 8th or thereabouts. So yeah, we'll see how we get on tonight. As I say, probably going to be on for about an hour or so, talking shit and playing some Championship Manager. So yeah, as I said, if you're in the chat, drop us a message, and let's get going. There's a few unhappy players here. Poor league position, contract. The signing that I made is now done with my shit, and Zifuk wants a new contract as well, which, to be fair, may kind of think about actually offering one. I think the last time I went in here and he was okay. His demands have come down a wee bit, because last time we were in the danger zone. It was like doubled wages territory, and if you've watched any of the streams so far, you'll know I've given Martin Dardai, who actually has been doing pretty well, but I've given him a 6-year deal on double or more than double his current wages, which was done completely unawares by me. So taking extra care when it comes to contract negotiations now. So next fixture, 28th of October, which is about a week away. And we'll see how we get on. Drinking La Chouffe tonight, another Belgian beer. I nipped out at my lunch break today to get a few things and picked up a couple decent Belgian beers on my way out, and I'll apologise now to any Belgians looking in. I'm not drinking it in the correct glass, which I believe is really important with Belgian beers. I think they're all like designed to make the beer taste its best depending on which beer it is, and so they've all got their own individual glass designs and stuff like that, if you're into that kind of thing. Anyway, on we go. Seems to be quite a few deals going through at the minute. I'm assuming that's maybe deals being struck ahead of the transfer window. 5-year deal. Criticism of Dardai tells me never endure the rubbish displays that Martin Dardai has been producing recently. Well, I'm going to defend him because I've already stuck my neck in the line and given him a 6-year contract. So double down. Don't back down. Double down. Nice, this guy looks like he's doing good. Where's he at the moment? Utrecht. Scout. I would imagine he's probably just another million. Attacking mid. Probably an area that we're 17 pace. Always look for pace and acceleration with attacking mids and wingers. But yeah, we look alright at the moment in that position, I think. Playing a 4-4-1-1 as it stands, with wingers kind of making runs, and someone just in behind. It was Niederlechner, but now I think it's Lukas Schuler as the kind of main striker, which seems to be working okay in some games, but bigger sides have taken the piss basically when it comes to play them in that formation. So I think I need to figure out a better way of playing against teams that press us and are attacking. So answers in the chat if you've got any ideas on how best to do that. Let me know. Talking of which, just gonna keep an eye on the chat. There we go. It seems an excellent sign in. Dosky. Nice. Left back. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good week and are happy that it's Friday. Thanks for joining in. I know I'm happy it's the end of the week. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather for the last couple of days, so yeah, good to get to the weekend and chill out a bit. Cool. So, hopefully you can't hear the background noise too much. It is really, really wet outside. I can hear it banging against the window, so apologies if that's, or maybe not, maybe that's making it atmospheric, who knows. Anyway, down to 13th given the results that have just happened, so now extra pressure on the next game, which is us versus Magdeburg, who are currently top, which is a concern, I'm not going to lie, and part of the reason why I left this game to this stream last time I was on, because I was shiting it basically. Is it Sunday the 27th? Is it 27th was the game? Monday the 28th, okay. So yeah, we've dropped thanks to other results, and I have to say I'm not confident that we're going to get much out of this one. So, and I'm kind of don't know, what do you guys do if you're playing a much better side? 4 at the back seems kind of like a formation you could play defensively, and do play defensively, but would you go to a 5 at the back, or like 3 with wing backs? I tend not to mess about with the formation too much, with the team instructions within that formation. But yeah, good to know how everybody else plays that. So yeah, let me know. Hunt. See, when this happens and you get someone that puts in a decent transfer bid for someone that you've not been playing, it does often worry me a little bit. Pace 16, that's 15, fashion 11. I mean, he's okay, but could probably do better. And with 3.1 million, I think I'll 6-month installments. Fair enough. Not using them, so may as well get rid. Alright, next fixture, what was Magdeburg tonight? Right, okay, let's have a look. I think we're going same team. Let's go to the match. So yeah, if you're just joining in, what's happening here? Championship Manager 0102, playing with the 24-25 data, so reasonably up to date. Not this season's data, which is hopefully going to be released soon. But yeah, hoping to keep this game going for a little while. Fully dependent on my skill, which is admittedly lacking when it comes to Championship Manager. It's been a while. So any tips or advice, gratefully received. And yeah, stop me from making a total arse of it. So normal, short passing, tackling hard, they're pressing, and an offside trap. So if they're pressing and they're playing the offside trap, I wonder, I'm thinking I'm going to go normal as well, but does direct passing or long passing break a press in that you're sticking over the top for wingers to run onto? Or do you also press? And it's a counter press, I suppose, if you like. One thing I was thinking before was, do I Space Trust, come on, study memories with CM0102. Thank you. I know I've unlocked old memories here. I think I had to delete CM0102 during my standard grade exam prelims because I was distracted, understandably. So yeah, unlocking 20 plus year memories with this one. Any help gratefully received. But yeah, having fun so far, albeit not being particularly successful. Hugo Pinheiro, man, nice. Is that a recommendation on a sign? I'll have a look. This is the 24-25 data I'm playing with, by the way, up to date. Not the original 0102 data. Partly because FM26 has melted my laptop. So yeah, made this my my workaround for the time being. Tactics. So I'm not going to press. I'm gonna try long passes to get out of their sort of more attacking press, and I'm going to counter, hopefully. So yeah, let's give that a shot. Yeah, that's this thing, Space Trust, if you're still there as well. The try to think back. I know we're not playing 0102 data here, but thinking back to like some of the wonder kids that you'd sign, or like hidden gems that turned out to be absolutely amazing. If anyone's got any from 0102 that they remember, let me know. Kind of interested. Oh yeah, Mark Kerr. That is a yeah. Lock in a Mark Kerr signing at the start of your game in 0102. And unfortunately, no classics on this one. Modern data for this, so playing 0102 with the 24-25 database until 25-26 is released, which will hopefully be soon. They've been working on it pretty hard. I understand it's a group of guys that basically do it for the love of the game sort of thing. So hopefully being released soon. So yeah, kick off the match. Let's see how we go. Not holding out much hope for this, but hopefully no embarrassment. I'm going to pause to the match stats. As expected, we're being overrun at the minute. So what can I do? We're not actually playing too bad. Player ratings wise, not too bad. Magdeburg definitely got the upper hand. I wonder. Space Trust. There is no nostalgia if you don't skip the low Greek and Swedish divisions. I took a conference team and had to take Champions League until I stopped playing. Wow, all the way to the Champions League. Good effort. Yeah, that's one of the kind of best parts of the original 102, isn't it? Like going from the very, very bottom all the way to the top. I wish I had some good stories like that, but my managerial record probably wasn't quite as glittering as that. My own team is Heart of Midlothian, or Hearts in Scotland, and I managed to get them. I think I maybe got to like a Europa Cup. It would have been, or no, UEFA Cup. Sorry, not Europa League. UEFA Cup semi or something at the time, but no trophy, unfortunately. Who would you have gone, Space Trust, back in the day? If it wasn't your team, was it Garnet? Who else have you gone? Okay, I'm gonna bring Dardai back in like this to hopefully open up some space to allow us to break that press, and Dema as well. Let's see how we get on. And actually, while I'm there, I am gonna go short pass it and see if we can break it that way. Seem to be getting a bit more of a foot in the game now. Half time 0-0. Take that. We came back into there. We were like they had like 3 or 4 shots on goal at that point, and we had 0. Winning the tackles. Header is not great, but we're okay. Let's see what our stats are. So we've got Schuler and Cousins are not playing well at the minute up top. What are our options here? We've got Chong, who's not a fan of me in a minute. Maybe I'll drop him in, actually. Space Trust. The easy way to cheat is to open the player's data and look for a hidden stat potential to be super high. That's the way you find wonder kids. Ah, okay. That's very interesting. I'll give it some thought. Although morally, for on stream, maybe I should avoid that. Try and dig them out if I can myself. But thanks for the tip though. Good to know. Good to know. Right, let me make that change. So Chong on for Coussant and Schiller's not the best match. So I'm going to go back to Niederlechner, who was doing great before, but went through a bit of a dry spell. So let's see how we go second half. Play the same tactic, unless, let's see, attacking, short passing, hard pressing. So they're going attacking this time. So they were they were normal before. Now attacking. So let's see how we get on. Not the best start to the half. Let's see if we can get back in. Yes, get in. Equaliser. Chong, who's hating me at the moment, so maybe things will improve. He's got a goal, he's back in the team. One all. All right, that didn't go anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought that was a stick on for another hammering, unfortunately. All right, back at still in 12th. That's all right. Doable at the moment. 14 points. So yeah, ninth is still kind of within reach at the minute with a winner or two. Space Trust, sorry if I bother a lot. No bother at all. Good chatting. Throw some more chat in there. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay, what's coming up next? We have Darmstadt, Friday the 1st November. Nuremberg home, Düsseldorf home, Elversberg away. So who's that? Darmstadt, Nuremberg, Düsseldorf, Elversberg. Düsseldorf, Elversberg, Darmstadt, Nuremberg. Okay, so 2 teams lower than us, 2 teams higher. Let's see if we get them. Space Trust, step 1, staff search with maximum on player and GK training and tactics. Take best coaches to see your players' stats grow. Good shout. Step 2, take physios. I'm waiting for your step 3. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Staff search. That wasn't something that I ended up doing too much before, albeit it was a long time ago. But focus was always on players as opposed to staff. But staff is obviously the key to unlocking the potential in players. So stupidly overlooked by me. I will bear your tips in mind for sure. I'm thinking when it comes to January transfer window time, I'm going to do a bit of a kind of stream just on that, and try and dig out some decent signings for January, because team's okay at the moment, but I think things could be better. Clement's out for a week. Excellent signing. Oh yeah, this is the Brazilian playing in Russia. Be interesting. I'm not sure what the score is with the data in this game, if it'll allow transfers from Russia at the moment. I'm assuming there's still a transfer embargo with Russian teams in real life. I've not really heard anything else other than that, but or maybe not. I'm not sure. But this guy looks decent, so I'm going to go into that million because I reckon they're not going to go anywhere near 750,000, but a million might be enough to interest them. Cool. Confirm that. Anyway, hope you guys are all good. Had a good week. Always good to make it to Friday. Idea of these streams is just a bit of a chilled game of Championship Manager, hoping to play some other kind of retro games as well too. Might get a chance to stream again this weekend, although Scotland are playing Saturday. I think it's tomorrow. Hence the Euro 96 Scotland jersey on tonight. So might be busy tomorrow watching that, but we'll see how we get on. And more importantly, we'll see how we get on with this game in this stream, because things weren't going great. So hopefully we can keep things on an upward trajectory now. Space Trust. See step 3. Do you mean step 3 or do you mean step 2 or 1? Or have you got something else for me? Let me know. Okay, Chong's been selected to the Curacao squad. Just a lot of call-ups. Space Trust, step 3, go to all national teams under 21 and find some hidden diamonds. Their stats are open because they are on national team. Good shout. That's a great shout, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that one a shot. I think in the setup I've got going for this just now, some of the stats are hidden for players that you don't scout, which is how I used to play it. I think some people used to play it where all the stats were open. So does that mean then that the under 21 players have all their stats visible without having to scout? Because if so, that's a great shout. Save a bit of time and effort scouting multiple players. All right. 1st of November, Darmstadt. Let's have a look. 17th versus 12th. Okay, right. This is a chance to get a win, and rocket up the board a wee bit. I'm going to make a switch for this game, and I'm bringing Chon back in for Kusotz, and I'm going to start. Am I going to start Niederlechner? I think I've got to, given his record so far, stick Schuler back on the bench. For those of you tuning in at the moment, Reese is a long-term injury, so I would love to be selecting him at the minute, but he's out for the season, it looks like, which is unfortunate. Gamavinga. Rossman takes forward. Player of the month. Rossman. Who's he with? Tim Rossman. Dusseldorf. Oh yeah. Pacey again. I feel like pace is an important attribute for a successful forward like that in this game in particular. Just the ability to get past Vulcan into decent positions. Let's not proceed the match quite yet. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, let's go. Stick with the same formation. Let's see what their tactics are initially. Attacking and pressing. Interesting. They're going for it. Doing that. Is it sharp? Yeah, I think it was sharp passing. Space Trust. Step 4. Play with 3-1-3-1-2. The two DC on the sides with man-to-man and attacking midfielder centre with arrow. And you dominate in 4 simple steps. Nice. So DC on the sides. By DC, do you mean defensive central midfielder? Like DMC? Or something else? Or am I making an idiot of that? Let me know. It's been a long week, so quite possibly. Okay. Short passing, hard tackling, pressing. I'm not going to press, I'm going to counter. Because... Were they pressing? Yeah, they were pressing. So I'm going to like try and beat it that way, I think. And I'm going to do this again to beat that press. Thanks for the tip, Space Trust. That's awesome. Thanks for getting involved in the chat too. Appreciate it. Okay, let's go. Gonna pause it. Quick check of the stats. Alright, okay. They're definitely getting the better of us at the minute in terms of shots on goal anyway, and over most of the park too. May need to have a think about this. So sorry. Clicking about a lot. Three DC formation, you have 3 DC. If the opponent has 2 strikers, you play with 2 DC man-to-man. If the opponent has 1 striker, you play with 1 man-to-man. If the opponent has attacking midfielder centre and your DMC has man-to-man. Okay. Got you. Okay. Nice. Thanks for that one. Let me have a think about that. Sorry, I've been clicking about it all here. I'm just having a look at their instructions. So they were attacking, pressing. So, how do we counter that? Let's do that. So my thinking there was direct passing out or short passing, not sure. Hard tackling to kind of battle back if we're pressing and lose the ball. No pressing and counter as well, like quick balls up the park when we turn it over, or transition, I think is the trendy way to talk about it now. Let's see if that makes a difference. Usually when I say let's see if that makes a difference, we concede shortly after. So let's hope for better luck. We're getting absolutely battered here. Right, something's got to change at halftime because that was headers. Right, this has been something that's been happening actually quite a few games. Losing headers against teams, or our percentage for headers is way down. Okay, they've gone back normal and pressing, so maybe it's time that we go attacking. The other tactic I think for beating a press, see what you guys think, is doing the offside trap for that as well in this game. Let me know what your tactics would be. I'm going to take off these guys running back because they're no longer pressing, I don't think, were they? Oh, they are pressing. Okay, maybe I'll keep Dardai coming back in to collect the ball. Kill the back arrows. Space Trust, normal, short, normal, and pressing. If you play zone, also kill the back arrows. Let's go. normal, short, normal. Let's give that a wee shot. Thanks, Space Truss. Assistant manager for the evening. Pleasure to have you on board. Let's see how we get on. Hey, here we go. Credit to Space Trust for that one. Tactical mastermind, thank you. Sorry, I'm going to stick on my own tactics there. Right, let's see what we're going like here. Cessa's not having a great match. Or have I got Cessa out wide? I thought I had him to the centre before. Oh, I was switching over Chong. I wonder if I've accidentally put him in there. No, I switched out Chong for Kusons, didn't I? So I'm going to shift Cessa to centre. And then I'm going to put on... Actually, no. Sorry, I'm going to keep Chong centre. I'm going to bring on Winkler at right mid. Cool. Right, let's see how we get on. Last, what's that? 15 minutes or so. There we go. 2-0. Hopefully wrapped up. We're in the league up to 9th. There we go, 2-0. Good win. Shout out to Space Trust for the tactical masterclass there. That's taken us up to 9th in the league, which, yeah, I think that matches the board's what we're looking for this season. Finishing in a respectable position. I'd say finishing 9th is mid-table. That's respectable enough. Chong injured for a few days. Bruce Shin. Ben Atira seeks assurances regarding his future. Well, I've got to say, I'm not sure I'm able to give him assurances regarding his future, to be quite honest. In the Hertha Berlin 2 side, sell him. Exactly my thoughts. He's surplus to requirements, I think, and valued at 50,000. It's hardly worth it. Transfer listed. Too important. Well, I've binned him off on that one. I'm being brutal. Yeah, I've told him where the door is, basically. Our board confidence is now that directors are satisfied, which has been the case so far, but there has been supporters calling for a resignation, which is the aim or the goal for this stream, is to get us to a point where they don't want me out. So we'll see how we get on. Another win on the board would help matters. I've just been recommended pacey defender Bartol Franjic during recent weeks. Excellent signing. Both Arnold Brunner and Timon Pauls rate him as a fairly good player. Interesting. Defensive midfielder and centre defence. Give it some thought. Tony Leisner getting on. Dujak's in his late 20s, so he'll be here for a little while. But do definitely need a replacement for centre half. Clemens, potentially, young player, could come in. But I think other options so far are fairly slim, at least in the first team at the minute. Okay. So, who have we got next? Nuremberg. And Nuremberg are also a bottom side. Space Trust, you need your scouts with judging player ability and judging player potential 15 plus nothing else for scouts. Good shout. Maybe need to have a wee look at my scouts when it comes to the time for the transfer window, and potentially for end of the season into next, and get those guys that don't match that out and get some new ones in. Cool. All right. Let's continue. Has anyone else got any games they're watching this weekend? Mentioned before, being a Scot, Scotland are playing Greece this weekend, World Cup qualifiers. Looking to get to the World Cup for the first time since '98, which I can't believe is the case. I remember watching France '98 when I was about 12, so we'll see how we get on. Greece and Denmark, last two games, tricky one though. Greece have been great, and I'm not sure how we beat them in Scotland the last time we played them, but Denmark are a class above, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we get on. Chonfides Bristin. Holland. What's he like in this game? Absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. 20s everywhere. What's he trying? 53 million. That's, yeah, what's he got? 19 goals, 19 games across everything. Ridiculous, isn't it? Okay. Clements full training. When's our game? Wednesday the 6th. Alright, okay. Chon could be back in by that point, which would be good. Regensburg game televised. Mason Mount. Feyenoord to sign Mason Mount. Yeah, Scotland game will be interesting this weekend. We've got a goalkeeping crisis, I think. Our kind of keeper that's normally playing, or normally has been playing, is out injured, and we've got three keepers who have played a handful of minutes between them this season, I think. One of which is Craig Gordon, who's like Scotland's most capped goalkeeper, I think. Possibly one of the most capped players ever. Who plays for my team that I support, Hearts, is coming in potentially. But yeah, an interesting situation to be in with a lack of keepers with much game time. Although, do keepers need much game time for match sharpness? Not as important possibly as an outfield player, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, Craig Gordon gets a call back into the team. Be nice to see him get another cap. Be nice to see Scotland win. Space Trust, if there was not Mark Kerr, I would never know that there is a Falkirk team in Scotland. Fair enough. Yeah, Mark Kerr. It's funny. He's like a classic Champman wonder kid, and in real life he was a half decent player, but never hit the heady heights of Champman Mark Kerr, unfortunately. Um, but always, like I mentioned earlier on, always top of the list when you started off a new save. Right, let's get Mark Kerr in, see what we can do. Kaiserslautern, Seal keeper Matteo Rab. John was in full training. Good. That means he's going to be ready for the next game, which I think is coming up now. Have you heard of many other Scottish teams? Space Trust. Where are you from? And what's your team? Let us know if you have one, and you're willing to let us know. Kim Kallstrom, yeah, Space Trust. Same with Kallstrom and Sigalco. Sold more jerseys from CM01 than playing game. Ah, AK Athens. Nice. Or Ike Athens. Not sure how you say that. Ike or AEK. Do you know James Penrice then, who's just signed for AEK Athens or Ike Athens? He was at Heart of Midlothian, my side, last season, left back. He was really good for us, but I understand he might have had a bit of a sticky start with you guys. And welcome to the chat also. Welcome. Good to have you here. Right. Let's proceed to the game. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay. Nuremberg tactics. 3-5-2 attacking. Defensive, short passing, counter attack. Okay. So, they're defensive, short passing and counter. I'm going to go for... I like hard tackling. Always got to go in hard. That's my motto. Short passing. I'm gonna keep it mixed at the moment, and I'm gonna press them if they're defensive. Let's get things going. Hits the upright. Whoa! There we go. Chong on the board. 1-0 up. Good start. I'm going to pause to read your message. Space Trust. The most hated formation for opponent. You need defensive midfielder. Normal, short, normal. Hard making injuries and red cards. I know, but I'm a sucker for going in hard. But I take your point. Normal, short, normal. Let's see how we get on just now. Looks like we've had a few chances. I'm just going to pause and check out the stats. Yeah, we're on top. Let me... Always look at your players' condition in game and players' rating. Yeah, good shout. Chong's having a decent game at the minute. Yeah, that's a good shout. I'm a sucker for this time watching the commentary. But I think condition wise looking all good at the minute. I think we're on top. Oh well, there we go. Equaliser. Rating on the 5 is immediately changed, and condition on the 70 also changed. Absolutely. A 5 is getting hooked at half time. Let's go in the second half. Handball. Referee's having none of the penalty. There we go. 5th goal of the season. Chong with a second of the game. Niederlechner is playing better this game. Leistner, centre half on a 5. Let me have a look at what we've got on the bench. Musa Lum was playing well earlier on in the season until he had a bad game, and I've kind of subbed him out. He's a young guy though. I think it's a difficult one. Centre half. Do you sub off a centre half unless they're having an absolute mare? And Leicester the captain too. I'm going to stick with him for now. Let's see how we get on. Oh, it's 3-1. Thorsteinsson. It's my Icelandic king. He's in there with another goal. Let's see what the tactics look like now. Chong having the game of his life. Thorsteinsson and Sessa. So Sessa plays right. Okay, Thorsteinsson can go right or left. Let's keep them as they are just now. What I'm going to do, tactics, I'm going to ease off for the remainder of the game, I think. Yeah, good shout on the captain. Oh, Dardai injured. That's a shame. Sorry, Space Trust. Choose the player with the most influence. Yeah, absolutely. That's the one I would look for normally. Can you remember where you select your captain from? I was trying to find it the other day and I was struggling. I have to say. So I picked him in the or on the kind of team instructions or the was it team instructions or somewhere anyway, but not like in the screen when you're playing the game in the match. So if you know or if you can remember, let me know. Yeah, who's doing good at AEK Athens at the moment then? Who's the kind of top players there? Said Penrice has gone over, but I don't know how he's been getting on. Dardai, right. Let's get that change made. Defensive mid. Really only got Mamuza Lam to go on here. Oh, no, hang on. Sorry. Made a mess. Cancel all changes. Dardai or a centre mid. I'll see him out with Cousins, I think, because I feel like the game's won and I'm being a bit ballsy. Leistner came back from his 5 to get us. Was that a 7? Which you don't often see, do you? Once they go to a 5, it tends to be on the way down. Space Trust, I think you go to team formation and then there's a yellow captain you can drop on any player if you're on game after the game captain returns. Okay, so formation, this one here, do you think? Let's look at set pieces. Space Trust. Also important to look to set pieces. The higher set pieces has to take the free kicks. Many easy goals. Okay. Set pieces are set pieces. You're a genius. I've never looked for set pieces in the past. I was always looking at like crossing and passing and stuff like that. Good shout. I'm going to have a wee look and see who's got the best set pieces and get them on it. Every day is a school day, right? Thank you. So 3-1. That's a good victory up to 7th. The heady heights of Bundesliga 2 await. Good stuff. Okay. Let's have a look at the news. Dardai out for a month. Shit. Out the Hungary squad. Pleased with that result. Still satisfied. Some of the supporters are still wanting me out. Fair enough. Had some shit results earlier on, but things are on the way up. So let's hope that can continue. Okay. So, tradition at the moment. Who have we got next? Düsseldorf at home. Düsseldorf are doing pretty well. Third, yeah. Okay. And when's that game? It is Sunday the 10th. Okay, 4 days away. Werder Bremen's Mio Bacchus decided to join Greuther Fürth on loan. Winkler linked with Werder Bremen, 7 million. Jeez, oh. I mean, I've not been playing him necessarily all the time. And actually I've been playing him almost none of the time. But I've got a sneaky suspicion he could be useful. That said, 7 million is pretty good money for him. I would need to replace him with someone with such good pace. I feel like he's a good off the bench option as well, particularly late in a game. I don't want him to go, if I'm honest, so I'm going to deny that rumour. He may want to go now, if he hands in a transfer request, but we'll see. Okie doke. Let's continue. We have, so just to recap for anyone watching along at the moment, we're playing Championship Manager 01, 0102 with the 24-25 database. So last season's data. The 25-26 data is on its way soon, hopefully. But 24-25 data just now. Space Trust, always no comment. Otherwise, the player will probably be unhappy if he wants to be sold. Good shout, yeah. But yeah, gone with deny that rumor at the moment, and yeah, hopefully he wants to stay. I want to keep him, so I'm willing to make him an offer he can't refuse. If he's unhappy. So where we are at the minute, 13 games into the season. Go to attributes, offensive, to look at all set pieces. Oh yeah, thank you. I was looking for that earlier on and got distracted. Cheers, will do. So yeah, 13 games in, 21 points, 6 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws. Doing okay. I think our board are wanting us to get to a respectable position this season. And I think 7th at the moment is a respectable position. We started off today on this stream and 12th. So yeah, I think we're doing not too bad. So Space Trust, you were saying attributes offensive to look at all set pieces. So attacking set pieces, got you. Nice one. Let's have a little look. Assuming that's set pieces. Set. Let's see. Does that mean our keeper is the best at set pieces? That's crazy. Is that because he just takes a set piece as in a by kick and fires it up the park? Anyway, if not, Bramall, left back, has good set piece score. Who else we got? Palko Dardai not playing at the moment. Thorsteinsson and Sessa probably are the two next most decent after Bramall at left back. Interesting. Okay, thanks for that. Good tip. So Dusseldorf up next. We've still got a few unhappy people. Hertha's managing the team as a first team regular. Thing is, we've got John Joe Kenny, who's the kind of go-to man at right back at the moment. So I think for the time being, see folks, a bench player. I think new contracts needed. Gouthon's disappointed by our poor league position. He's got it in for me. We're in a good spot now. Let's see. Oh, Dardai is injured, of course. Let's see if we can turn that around with Cousins. Hopefully. I wonder who we bring in for Dardai. I like this guy, the 17-year-old guy. He's been decent as a defensive mid. Alongside Demi. Space Trust, go to tactics, put Ernst on free kicks. Ernst is the keeper though. Is that? I feel like that's a bit weird that he's so good at free kicks. Oh, that's okay. No, don't worry. I was thinking the same. I was like, well, he's top in terms of set pieces, which is unusual. I think our next best options were Sessa and Thorsteinsson for set pieces. So, yeah, gonna get those guys on set pieces from now on. Influence. That's what I meant to do. Kenny was captain the last time when there was an injury to Leisner, so I'll switch him back. And team instructions, so free kicks left and right. So presumably that's left of the box and right of the box. So I guess on the left, do you want a right footer? So I think both these guys might be right footed. So let's see. Who was against Sessa? And I'll do other way around on this side, just see how we get on. Does that make it the same for corners as well, do you reckon then? Or is crossing this tactic to look at there? Also corners. Cool. Alright, let's give that a shot. Team instructions. Let's do... What do we have left for Thorsteinsson? Right for Sessa. Cool. I'll do the same. Sessa and Thorsteinsson. What was that last one? Playmaker. Left that blank for now. Okay. Leisner's back as the captain. The big dog. Right. Fixtures. Dusseldorf. Let's go. Oh, fuck it. Dardai. Sorry. Got distracted. Right, who are we putting in for Dardai? I think we're going to go with... Going to sub in his brother, actually. Going to give this guy a shot. Proceed to game. Here we go. Right, this is going to be my last game, I think. because I need to shit off pretty soon. Let's just check. Hard tackling, pressing, offside trap. Okie doke. I'm going to go counter. Hang on. What did they have again? Hard pressing, hard tackling, pressing, and offside trap. Oh, the free kicks didn't save, did they? Shit. That's my mistake. They did. Good shout. I'm going to put these boys back in here. Need to save that when I go back out next time. Good spot, thank you. Right, let's kick off like that just now. Good save. Couple of shots on goal at the moment. Missing the target. Right, okay. Basic stats. Dusseldorf stats were. Leicster's having a decent game. Yes, there we go. 5th of the season, 1-0 up. We're in the league up to 6. Oof. Nosebleed territory. Good first half. What are we looking like here? A couple of 8s in the side in terms of their form, which is good. Winning a lot of headers, winning a lot of tackles, completing a lot of passes. Looks pretty good so far. Right, second half. Let's finish it off. I'm gonna check and see what they're up to tactics wise at the minute. Still going for the same hard so tackling hard, pressing, and offside trap. I've kept it fairly bland on this one, gone normal all the way down, but it seems to be working at the moment, at least in terms of our stats. Oh, it's an equaliser. Right. There we go. Chong with the second of the game puts us back in front. This has been... Right. I think I'm going to make some subs here. Let's see what condition we're in. Bramall left back's sticking in a shift. He's pretty tired, but I think he's still okay at the moment. What I'm going to try out though is Winkler and what do I see? Match rating. Thorsteinsen. Cecil's on a 7. I kind of want to give him a shot. And Niederlechner is actually, he's doing alright as well. I want to give Winkler a chance though. Let's see how we get on. Cecil's no longer on the pitch. Good point. So can't remember who else was good. I'm going to stick him on both sides from now on. He's the free kick man. Free kicking corners man. Right, let's see. VAR having a look. No penalty. Oh, nice. 3-1. That's it. Surely safe now. Can relax a little bit. There we go. Up to 6. Woofed. Challenging for the promotion spots at this rate. Pleased with the Dusseldorf. Right, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up soon, but let's get to the draw before I go. Hamburg, decent one, nice. That's a good draw. That'll be a good game. Space Trust, I came on league position 12. I have to go back to work again. I guess some good energy and advice. Don't kill my effort. Thank you. Thank you for your input, and thanks for joining along today. And yeah, if that's you that's just followed, thank you for following. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day and enjoy your weekend. For me, I am gonna save up here just now, and I am also gonna leave you guys for now. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to the stream today, and for the chat. Space Trust, shout out to you as well for your tactics. To anyone else watching back in the VOD later on, yeah, drop me a message in the chat. Good to get some feedback, hear some other points of view, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. As I say, might try and stream again this weekend. Space Trust, I work all weekend. If I find you again, maybe I'll come for some hints. Yes, please do. More than welcome. Yeah, as I say, I'll try and stream again this weekend. Scotland are playing tomorrow, so possibly not tomorrow night. We'll see. But yeah, I'll catch you again soon. So yeah, peace. Have a good one.